Hi guys, welcome back. Hope you guys had an amazing weekend. So thank you guys so much for joining me, and in today's video I'm actually going to be discussing the sad departure of Shane Dawson. And you guys, before we get into the video, please don't forget, like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And if you do like this video, please give it a thumbs up. It really helps with the algorithm. So anyway, let's get into this. So as you may have heard, the whole thing that's been going on with Shane Dawson. So for me, this is what he actually put up on his Twitter. He actually stated, "I deleted everything, I'm done. For those who wanted me to address it, I did. I'm sure you can find it reposted somewhere, but I don't want this energy in my life or on my timeline. I'm too sensible for this shit, and I'm done." You guys, we all know, first of all, everybody knows how vile Twitter is. You know, it's a place where it's just so, it's just not a nice place to be. So let's go back a bit. So Shane did end up coming out with a statement in regard to the whole Dramageddon that happened in 2019. So let's back all the way up. So about a week ago, Cam Lester actually came out with a video stating that how he's just tired of being the black boy and being used by Jeffree Star, and it goes all the way into that. And also, he pointed out in his video that when they were in Houston, Cam Lester overheard a conversation between Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star, where Shane Dawson basically was so upset with James Charles and he was using profanity, but he didn't give the context of their conversation. So people started coming out and saying, yes, now they're convinced that Shane Dawson and Jeffree Star actually, you know, got Tati to do this whole video. So that's where everything comes into play with Shane Dawson's statement. So before I get into that, let's just go over his statement. And I just want to go over the first 8 questions that he's got. He says, "Welcome to the circus. My final thoughts on the beauty world. A few questions that I have been getting lately. Did I know that she, which he's referencing, she is Tati, was thinking about making a video? Yes. Did I tell her to make the video? No. Did I have any involvement in the video? No. Did I orchestrate it? No. Did I need that kind of drama to make a good series? No. Have I ever tried to ruin a career or make someone look bad in my 15 years on YouTube? No. Do I have a track record of getting into drama with people or having fights with other YouTubers? No. Am I innocent and I don't have huge anxiety provoking regrets about how I could have helped everyone handle everything better? No. I've had a pit in my stomach since it all happened." You guys, this is my thing, okay? When this whole Dramageddon thing happened, this is my thoughts. In his video, let me backtrack a bit. When he made his series with Jeffree Star, he did put in his trailer the whole Dramageddon thing, but he didn't insert any of those clips in his initial video, which a lot of people got upset about, understandably. So this is what I want to get to, okay? Shane is very good friends with Jeffree Star. We all know that. When he made the series, I was so happy for Shane because, as he says here in his statement, Jeffree actually brought out the best in him. You know, Jeffree showed him what his self-worth was, which I was so happy for, because Shane has always been the type of person that suffered with self-esteem, you know. And also people come at him in every different way in regard to his appearance, his hygiene, all that kind of stuff, his weight, all that. So for the most part, that's why Shane is always like just doing this series, then taking a break. But anyway, my thing with this whole Tati thing, yes, Shane knew about it, Jeffrey knew about it, they all knew about it. Let's put it in this kind of perspective, okay? Let's say you have a group of friends, and this group of friends, if something bad had happened to one, you all are the go-to, you know, for them to vent or whatever. So maybe that's what happened with Tati, you know. James Charles did her wrong. He absolutely did her wrong. So she went and she vented to Shane and she vented to Jeffrey, okay? So yes, they knew about this whole episode. They knew a video was coming up, but there was no way. Her mind was already made up, because let's not forget, Tati's a grown woman. She has a mind of her own, okay? So there was no way they could stop her from doing anything. Shane even says in his statement he believes her 100%. I don't see why people... Okay, let me just say this first. When she made her video, it was very, very sad to see, because of the mere fact is that she took him from when he was nothing, you know. She took him under her wing. She groomed him. She showed him the ways. She showed him the ropes. And in the end, all he did was backstabbed her, you know. In her video, she explained the type of person he is. So I think this is where Jeffree Star came in now with the whole, because let's be clear, Tati did not call him a predator. She absolutely did not do that. Jeffree Star was the one that came and injected that into this whole narrative, okay, which was very wrong of him to do. That we know, because there is no solid proof of anything like that. Jeffree Star says he has something, but it's not his place to say anything, okay? So this was the gap for Jeffree Star. I want y'all to just have an open mind and think about this. So Jeffree Star knew this is what James Charles had done to Tati, okay? Everybody around James Charles knew how egotistical he was. It was just about the money, the fame, you know, all that. So he felt entitled, okay? So when all this went down with Tati, Jeffrey thought, okay, here's my loophole, here's my gap. Let me insert this. Do you get where I'm coming from? So he used that narrative to actually inject all this in. What he was sitting on. To say, and yes, you can say that nothing was proven, all those people that came out, I understand that. But you gotta go back and listen to Tati's video carefully. What she was saying. But anyway, all I'm saying is that from this, Jeffrey and Shane did know 100% that Tati was making this video, but they could not stop her. But then at the end of the day, it's like, what were they going to warn James about? You know? So let's go back to Jeffree Star. So Jeffree Star went and put this video out, or made these statements, or made this tweets about him being a predator, which was 100% wrong. Okay? But I still say at the end of the day, why is it now that people are finding issue with Shane saying that he gotta leave because all this is affecting him mentally? He's got to take care of his mental state first. So that does not sit well with people. Why is your mental state important? Opposed to look what happened to James Charles. Yes, it's 100% sad what happened to James Charles. 100%. I'm not taking away from his feelings or what happened with him. But now let's talk about Shane. If Shane feels he can't handle this negativity, he's been put into all this negativity, which he feels he's not part of. because how could he have stopped anything or avoided anything? He can't make people do something they don't want to do, you know. Then we come to they saying all this was a cash grab. You guys, one thing you got to understand is that, again, I'm going to say, if you watch that video, Shane was being ripped off all those years he was on YouTube. He was totally being ripped off, you know. So when Jeffrey came into the picture and showed him what his worth was, that was so inspiring. That made my heart warm for Shane, because he was getting what he is finally getting what he was worth, you know. And another thing is that nobody had to buy his stuff. It was a choice of ours to make if we were going to support Shane or we weren't going to support Shane. And you guys, let's face it, Shane is a people pleaser, you know. Talk about the Shane Glosson channel. He was working his backside off in regard to getting to know makeup, and he was getting to know makeup prior to this whole, he was sitting down with Tati, he was buying all this makeup. In his YouTube videos, you would see he was getting Amazon boxes and all these boxes of cosmetics. He was really doing his best. So why is everybody wants now, after the launch, let's go to after the launch of Conspiracy Palettes, right? Oh, where's the makeup looks? So people were pushing for these makeup looks, and then all of a sudden he made the Shane Glosson channel, but he wasn't posting makeup looks. Who cares? You know, I don't mind, and I'm sure a lot of other people don't mind, but I'm sure at the end of the day, drama sells, you know. Go back to how this was a cash grab, okay? I would call a cash grab, and I mean no disrespect, James Charles Money Palette. That was a cash grab. End of story. And then the story came out that Jeffree Star wants to get James Charles out of the way to make place for Shane Dawson. That is now reaching. That is 100% reaching, because Shane knew nothing. That's not Shane's forte. Okay? And I'm sure at the end of the day, you guys, let's take it for what it is. Just one of Shane's videos mask up to what? 30 million views, sorry. So at the end of the day, Shane doesn't need that exposure. Shane got his own thing going. And I can guarantee you, I can 100% guarantee you, if anybody has to say to Shane, give that money back. Whatever money you made on that cosmetic brand or whatever, donate it or give it back or do whatever, but give it up. He would do that in a heartbeat, but I don't think that should ever happen, because he clearly deserves what he has, people. That's no cash grab. 100% that's not a cash grab. And also, I think now people are saying that, oh, he's leaving now after the relaunch. No. I firmly believe the only reason why Shane is taking a break right now from Twitter, probably from YouTube too, is because of the whole Cam Lester situation. Cam Lester called him out. You know, when Cam made his video, he exposed what Shane Dawson had done, how Shane went on a rant with Jeffrey on FaceTime, okay? But when Shane did give him a call, he never mentioned anything. He mentioned Jeffree Star's response, but he didn't mention Shane's response. So the way I'm looking at it was a positive response, you know, but he wants to keep this narrative of these are bad people. I don't know, maybe I'm reaching, but that's the way I look at it. But why are we discrediting Shane's mental state? Mental issues are mental issues, irrelevant if you're 35, irrelevant if you're 50, irrelevant if you're 19. We should all keep that same energy for everybody. If Shane feels he can't take this negative energy, so be it. Respect his wishes. He said that he was the one that knew about this coming out. He didn't orchestrate it, he didn't tell it, he didn't force her, he didn't put any bug in her ear to do it. So we got to take his word. Jeffree Star was the one, and Jeffree Star is the one that's going to have to suffer the consequences of putting that tweet out there that James is a predator. He knows something that we don't. But again, I say, look what y'all did to Tati. Y'all ran her off the internet, which was so wrong. And all she did was spoke the truth. Me, as a person that just watches her, I believed her, because you guys, look at it for what it is. You know, look at it closely. It wasn't because of her why he was the state he was in. It was because of his own actions that caught up with him. So at the end of the day, Shane Dawson is not the villain here. He truly is. As he said in his statement, he is like the grandpa where everybody comes to him for advice or to sort things out or to, you know, to get his perspective of things. So why are we villainizing Shane? Why is everybody coming after Shane? That's very wrong. Very, very wrong. If his mental health is being affected, give him his space. Don't villainize him. Yes, he had issues in his past. So if you all took his apology those years ago, why are you recanting now? Why are you bringing up old stuff now again? So it can fit yours narrative? Apparently Tati's coming out with a video, and I'm gonna lay my head on a chopping block and say that Jeffree Star found that loophole. Because why all of a sudden did they unfollow each other and stop being friends and stuff like that? Because Tati must have felt, now you used my hurt for your own gain, which he decided to insert this whole predator line or situation and attach it to Tati's situation. At the end of the day, you guys, all I'm saying is I don't feel Shane Dawson deserves this. He truly does not deserve this. We can't choose his friends for him. And yes, they say birds of a feather flock together. But when you have a good heart and you just have empathy and just a whole lot of empathy in your heart, you can be friends and understand and be remorseful for people that you don't have control of what they do. So how are we going to judge Shane for who he befriends? We can't do that. He even said in his statement, he doesn't approve of what Jeffree does. And he states it to Jeffree that he does not approve of it. But that's the most he can do, because he can't change Jeffree, you know. But at the end of the day, all I'm saying is, yes, drama sells. 100% drama sells. People will come, people will tune in and do whatever they need to do. And you guys, if you're a Jeffree hater or a Shane hater or anybody else, you're going to be involved in this. And that's why I say have an open mind and look at all avenues of this. Jeffrey's gonna be who he is. That's how he rolls. You know, if you're gonna come at Jeffrey, Jeffrey's gonna come at you. So for the most part, can you all cut Shane some slack, please? He doesn't deserve this. He truly does not deserve this. And we just gotta wait and see, you know, what comes next. I 100% believe that Shane definitely knows more than what he is saying, but unfortunately it's not his place to tell the story. And same things with Jeffree Star. He knows information, but he cannot say anything because that could jeopardize his whole fortune, his company, and it's not his story to tell. So at the end of the day, there is something deeper there, but unfortunately we just gotta either not know it at all, or it's just gonna be leaked. Honestly, it's a sad affair. It truly is a sad affair. And not the whole of the beauty community is like this. Absolutely not. Because there's some influencers that I watch that are absolutely unproblematic. Totally unproblematic. And it's fun. Absolute fun to watch. And yeah, guys, that's about it. You know, it's like, this truly hurts my heart. Where people can just come after the next person and just so it can fit into their narrative. We can't pay for our indiscretions for the rest of our lives. We cannot do that. We can't be accountable for the next person. We just got to switch off from those people. We truly have to. But then you do get some vile people out there. But you know what? We just got to keep it moving. But you guys, thank you so much for watching. I truly appreciate you. Please let me know your thoughts and opinions down below. You know what? We can have an open discussion. It's absolutely just about, you know, having an open dialogue about all this. I truly wish Shane well, because this has given me so much anxiety. It's like you turn or you switch to YouTube, it's like something else is breaking, and then somebody else is letting out that Shane said this and this one said, it's like a whole freaking mess. Honestly, it is. But you guys, thank you so much. Please have a wonderful week, and don't forget to like, subscribe, ring the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload. And please be kind to one another. I'll catch you in the next one. Bye now.